Greetings and salutations, all Michigan Ultimate Survivor League members, owners, fans, friends, family, you name it. Welcome to the remixed 2020 Commissioner's Corner preseason special. We're talking about the league of all leagues here today, folks. We're talking about the Michigan Ultimate Survivor League. I'm your Commissioner, James L. Seagraves, with messy glasses as always. We are going to go over some things. I already did this once, shot a 22-minute podcast, didn't have the audio on. That was pretty awesome. So I'm going to do it a second time. This time I could see the bars moving. Don't mind my blurriness. This camera sucks. Still have an upgrade. All my good stuff's down at the Commonwealth. Whatever. We're going to go through it real quick. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to right here. Michigan Ultimate Survivor League. It's myfantasyleague.com. Hopefully you've all got logged in by now. Looks like almost everyone has. If you haven't, please message me. My number /Facebook is on the Facebook, of course. This is your main page here, okay? How we're going to do this is there are no lineups, or there are no rosters. There's no draft. You already know this. You're going to submit players every week. And once you use a player, you can't ever use them again. I'm sure you know this if you've been in this league, but you haven't. And this time you better know this anyway. How you do this is such, okay, there are a couple things here you want to know about. When you get to this page, you're going to see all this stuff, standings, etc., yada, yada, yada. Up here you have, for owners, you can hit Submit Lineup. Okay, this is your top navigation bar up here where you can see this. This is where you go to Submit Lineup. NFL Player Pool, which I think I'm going to get going here, like the league pool, pick winners and losers, yada, yada, yada. That will be live here in just a little bit, by the way. Reports, you're going to do this throughout the year. You don't have to mess with it yet. Communications, don't have to worry about so much. My leagues, if you have multiple leagues. This is where you can also, if you have multiple leagues, my fantasy football league, go through here. But for owners, submit lineup, that's where you want to go. Also, you have these navigation tabs here. There's a lot of tabs here. Submit lineup, always going to be on top there. Live scoring, that's going to be a critical one down the road. These two are the most important ones. Everything else, not so much. Then you have these tabs down here, down the road. You'll see these guys, whatever, right? So let's hit submit lineup. Okay? Now, I may or may not have just placed a dummy lineup in here just so you can see. I'm going to go through here, and I did this during the other one and haven't removed it yet. So we're going to remove. So this is on the desktop app. If you're on the phone app, it's going to be a little different, but basically the same concept applies. Hit quarterback, hit Josh Allen, hit add. Go down to running backs, yada, yada, yada. Derrick Henry, yeah, I'm not starting him in week 1, but if you wanted to, you could. Mark Ingram, etc. Okay, how does this work is you do one quarterback, you do one running back, you do 2 wide receivers, do 1 tight end, then you do 1 flex. Has to be either a wide receiver or a tight end. Then you have a kicker and a defense. That's the lineup, period, okay? You get points. The scoring system is pretty simple. You get 4 points for a touchdown for a quarterback, 6 points for a touchdown for anybody else. You get 1 point for every, or you get 0.02 points for every yard passing. You get 1.05 points for every yard rushing or receiving. We do this so that someone doesn't get 249 yards passing and get denied that last point. It's like those last 49 yards worth nothing. The Michigan Ultimate Survivor League, we have fractional scoring, which doesn't make the scores look as realistic, but it's fantasy football. Nobody cares. This way it helps to virtually eliminate ties, and that is critical when you have so many teams and so many people vying for this number 1 spot. There are 72 teams here, folks. We don't want to have ties when the playoffs come down to it. Speaking of the playoffs, this is what you do. Anyway, going back to this. Running back 2 and hit submit lineup down here. You can't see it. I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to scroll down further. You still can't see it. That's awesome. Let me click it up here. Oh, there it is. Hi. You see that? You hit that submit lineup. It will then email you, hopefully, a copy of your lineup. Do not, under any circumstances, go somewhere and hit add player. I think they've taken that option away now, thank God. But they used to have add player and people would be messed up all the time. I don't even see it anywhere, thank God. But, yeah, so submit lineups what you want to do. Get it going, okay? Now, we're going to look at these. We're going to look at these conferences in turbo mode because I've got things to do, and I've already done this once. I apologize. Jeff Lebowski Conference, here we go. We're going to go here. We got Grandis Bologna Kearns, Cody Provost, the Bean Team, Alex Bean. He's a new owner. Double C's, I believe that's Cody Cole. Going against his arch rival, Ryan Frazier. They're not really arch rivals. They're friends, but still. Muck Fishigan is Chris Amos. He's changed his team name, but he's back. Collector Kings, the lovable Danny Lane. DeWyans, we got Gary King. Brady's Balls is Corey Brewer. Super Originals, Paul Smith. What are you looking at, Kat? Toon Squad is Corey Dill. Zeke's Relationship Corner is Tom Farmer 2.0. And Maylin Incorporated is the one and only Paul, almost a day late to pay, Ward. Then we have most known unknown in the Kirk Lazarus Conference. We got most known unknown. That's Justin Redding. He is a new owner. Squadrel, Square Deal Neal. Brady's backup is Young Cromwell. Then we have AOC, Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, Bernie. The whacked out radical left is the reason Trump wins again. I'll give you $2 if you guess whose team that is. That's right. It's the lovable Pat Provost. This is like the blue division, I guess. So there's the black and blue, and this is just the blue. Or no, this is the red division. I'm sorry. Oh, God. I was just trying to mess with you. Savage FC, that is Patrick McNamara, a.k.a. The Hoax. That's what we call him, ladies and gentlemen. Then we got the Clockwork Elves. I don't want to get into it. I shouldn't even get into it. Alex Jones' favorite, the Clockwork Elves. That is Lennon Seagraves. Nantab Knights is Michael Myers. Chiz Nasty, Jeff Chisholm. Honolulu Blue Balls, Larry Weinberg. Happy Holidays, Christopher Russell. He's a new owner. Freedom Fighters, Kevin Wilson, who I believe is also a new owner. I get confused sometimes. And then Concussion Protocol is OJ Orenthal James Williamson, or whatever the hell your last name is. I don't know what your real name is. You should go by OJ. Whatever. I don't care. My baby's sleeping upstairs. I hope I don't wipe him up with my hypeness. Because it's kickoff day, boys and girls. It is kickoff day. It starts today. Sorry this freaking podcast getting up so late. Ron Burgundy Conference, we got Is That Your Final Answer? That name is going to be changed, but my wife is so lame, she can't come up with her own name, so she's struggling. She doesn't want to have that name anymore. Can I Get a Hot Chub? Andrew Brown, the Dublin Drunks, Jeffrey Arbogast. This is very Addison heavy, this division, by the way. Conference, whatever you want to call it. Sarah Krasansky is Nasty Nutria. Better Bring Your A Game is Rob Jazerski, also Addison. Florida Farging Ice Holes, Tony Lay. Honolulu Blues, not to be confused with the Honolulu Blue Balls, Larry Weinberg. This is Paul Brown, of Paul Brown Stadium fame. We got Cloacal Kiss, which is Maddie Bradley. We got Cheechki, which is Nick Harris, not the Columbine shooter. Giggle Giggle is Michael Myers 2.0. Bleeding Blue Bombers is Pat Provost Sr. There's somebody named Provost. I don't know what's going on. They're taking over. And then Sag Nasty's Notch Above Top Notches. These are Ben Miller's team. This is Ben Miller's team. His first year back in 2 years. Good to have you back, Benjamin. Hope you like that Macho Man Randy Travis shirt. Then we're going down to the Jeff Spicoli Conference, dudes. We got Providence Power, which is my own team. Steel City Sackers, which is Dustin Hanson. Aiken for a Ship is Rob Aiken. He's the new owner. Hockenstein is Josh Endicott. Kakambas is Jeremy Orr. The Apache Chiefs is Kale Seagraves, man. Password is Taco, a.k.a. defending champion Don Valenti. Congratulations. Then my Balzac Ertz is Don Knapp. Tallywhackers is Josh Crampton. Carry On Wayward Son is Brian David. J Footman Can is Jason Foote. And then the Alabama Muff Riders, man. That's Brock Davis. These are all part of the Spicoli Conference, man. Then we got Frank Drebin. By the way, let me just tell you, congratulations to Dom Valenti, last year's winner. I'm glad I'm in your division. Not really. But speaking of conferences you don't want to be in, this next one is the one, folks. Frank Drebin. Okay? Frank Drebin is the loaded conference this year. I'm sorry if you land in this conference, but hey, it's the way it falls. First up, Alada Velada. This is Vincent Velada. He may have been in Pulp Fiction. I don't know. He's a new owner. Just a sniff ahead. This is Rick Perez. He's back after 3 years off. He's a founding father of this league, and he also has won this league one time. Hernandez Hitman, Antoine Bacon. Your mother likes my defense. That'd be Alan Harvey, who has also won this league one time. Then, of course, you don't know who this is with these long-ass names. Liberalism has eroded the foundations of this country, and enough is enough. Back to basics, folks. This is Pat Provost. Surprise, surprise. Bring back the butt fumbles Tom Farmer, a perennial playoff team. Play with Mike Ditka is Tony Cromwell. Came in second place once. Little asterisk there. His wife won. Some people believe that Tony Cromwell was the architect of that. I think that's sexist. This is 2020, folks. We gotta get woke. Trump's never said that in his life, but still, I think that Ashley Carmel won that fair and square, but it's a controversy nonetheless. FarmersOnly.com is Matt Farmer. That is yet another champion of this league. Matt Farmer won, I think, 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, whatever it was. He won the league once, so that's three winning teams in this conference. Plus, you have perennial playoff people, Matt Farmer, Tony Cromwell. The Black Hole is Rob Bradley. He also is a great owner. Not to discredit any of these other owners, by the way, but going off playoff performance. Whispering Eyes, I believe that is Jason Taylor. Hammer 24/7 is Joe Dunnigan. Welcome to the league. You're in a tough conference, Mr. Dunnigan. I apologize. The Nasty Dates Fruit Cocktail, he's another new owner. So we have 3 new owners in this conference, along with 3 champions from this league in this conference. Oh, it's going to be a bloodbath, people. Finally, we got the Brody Bruce Conference. This is the one that rounds out the league. We got Mick DeBow. We've got True Blue Wrecking Crew. Well, that's Fly Eagles Fly, by the way. True Blue Wrecking Crew is Riching, Roger Brewer, Team Lil Weinberg. Please change your name. This is Alex Weinberg. 99% luck, 1% heart is Rocky Keeling. Team Willie Ledford. Please change your name. Frazier referral. He's having a hard time getting in the league. If you need help, message me and I will get that done. I tried to message Frazier yesterday, but he didn't respond. New Orleans Rock Chucks, Aaron King. Tenacious D, Josh Crampton. Couple power hitters there. Stafford's Bastard, Bob Ames. He can dunk. Stick Zedinia is Derek Gregory. Chubb Ertz is Dom Valenti 2.0. Defending champion. Got a second team. Monstars is Kyle Stoker. And Taco Tuesday, Scott Miller rounds out your Brody Bruce Conference. That's how that works. Those are your 6 12-team conferences. And speaking of conferences, let's go with this. This year, 12-team conferences, thank God. 11 regular season games. Every game is a conference game. Sometimes we have out-of-conference games that don't mean as much. This year, we do not have those, so every game equals the same. Starting week 1, you're in a conference game. You got to win that shit, people. You got to win. Don't be conservative. Now, on that note, that means that week 12 through 17 will be the playoffs. Okay? The conference winners will all get byes. We know this. Week 17 is the finals. We know that. And now some people, I myself, if you have a regular fantasy league and you have week 17 as your finals, I think you're a moron and you're an amateur and you don't know what you're doing. Don't belong being a fantasy football commissioner. Because in a regular league, if you have the best quarterback, he's probably sitting out week 17. But in the Survivor League, that doesn't apply because there are no rosters. You can start whoever you want. So guess what? Week 17, maybe you saved Patrick Mahomes to the very end, and he's benched on week 17. No big deal. You can still start Lamar Jackson if you haven't started him. But if you made it to week 17, chances are you probably have. So that's how that works, okay? I believe there's 24 teams. I'll go over the playoffs later at a later date, but I want to let you know that week 12 is when playoffs start. Week 17 is when it ends. Now, speaking of ending, this is very important. I announced in my preseason pre-video that if the league gets canceled due to COVID, which at this point I don't see happening, even though we haven't started yet, but still, I think the jig is up. I think we're moving on, people. I don't care what anyone says. The jig's up. If by some anti-miracle the league does cancel before week 5, that would be 4 games in. So week 5, things cancel. At that point, the league is scrapped. All of the money goes towards next year, and we would either play for double money next year, or we would just play for whatever pot is there and you want to pay next year. We'll take that a vote if we need to. However, if the league is canceled after week 5, okay, that means there are 4 games that have been played. Okay, week 5 or later. At that point, the season will be prorated, and this is a controversial decision, but I've talked to enough people. There's one obvious dissenter with this plan, but everyone else seems to agree that if it ends in week 5 or later, we prorate the league prize pool to the winning teams, plural. Now, here's the thing. So that means, let's say week 7, the league gets canceled. That means there are 6 games in, okay? Chances are pretty good with 72 teams. Some people are going to be 6-0. If that happens, whoever teams are 6-0, straight up, will split the prize pool all the way down. Okay, doesn't matter. It's not about points. We talked to the group of people who are involved in helping me make these decisions, and we've decided that points makes it way too risky. One person doesn't deserve to win all that money. We're doing 6-0. If it ends in week 7, all the 6-0 teams will split the money evenly. Period. Doesn't matter how many points you have. You're 6-0, you deserve it. If it ends in week 6, all the 5-0 teams will get it. If it ends in week 4 or 5, all the 4-0 teams would split it. Okay. The later the season goes, the less likely it is that we're going to have multiple undefeated teams. So, Ryan Frazier, the known dissenter, hey, I love you, Frazier, but I got to call you out, said, and I quote, well, why wouldn't someone just, shoot a super lineup and hope that the league gets canceled? Well, first of all, that's anti-American, first of all. You don't want the league to cancel. That means the COVID wins. We don't want that. But if you do decide to do that, and they do cancel the league, congratulations, you got lucky, you took a chance, you gamble. Ever heard of these things called casinos? People make millions of dollars winning, or thousands of dollars, or maybe even $12. I've never won in a casino. But these whole casinos are built on paying people money for gambling. And you took a gamble, and you paid off, and you won. Congratulations. Now, if the season is not canceled, however, you just totally probably threw away your chance at a championship. So, there is that. That's up for you to make that decision. If you have two teams, you could split your bets. A lot of casino references here, but still, if you have two teams, you could theoretically split your bets, have one conservative lineup, one aggressive lineup. Sure. I do not think that this is happening, folks. I do not think that the league is going to get canceled. They've gone way too far. MLB has not been canceled. NBA has not been canceled. NHL has not been canceled. They have these things worked out. So I think there's almost 0% chance this league gets canceled, especially before week 5. So, too much money to be made, man. I mean, plus, not to mention, here's the thing. I don't want to get all political and all that, but it's like, the people who get this, who are sick, are people who already have health conditions, or they're super old or something like that. And these athletes are in tip-top shape. You haven't seen a single athlete get it and, not recover real quick. So, I don't think it's going to be a problem. Nevertheless, if it does happen, that's the game plan. So, again, we're going to go to submit our lineup. We go to, for owners, submit lineup. Right here, submit lineup. Click these things, add your players. You only use them once per year. If you do an illegal lineup, it'll let you know. I have heard that there are some weird API issues with some of the Android apps. Oh, it's because you got an Android. Shut up, Apple fans. I don't want to hear your mouth. I don't want to hear it, okay? If you have problems, please message me. Now, in terms of the lineups being due, this is important. If you're still listening, hopefully you are. Lineups are not due today, okay? Only if you want to start players that are in tonight's game do you have to put them in. Lineups are due first kickoff at the 1 o'clock game on Sunday. That's when your lineups lock in, okay? So get your lineup in before Sunday. If you have any problems, you can text me at 517-879-7804. You can call me at 517-879-7804. You can message me on Facebook. Sunday is going to be a rough day because I am doing Yard Sale-a-Palooza down at the Commonwealth parking lot. Just happened to fall on the first day of the NFL, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. So anyway, if you have any questions, let me know. Join the group if you haven't joined it already, and message us there if you have to. Have a good one. Good luck, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to football. It's going to be weird seeing the crowds not full. See ya.